Have you ever wondered how banks are able to detect suspicious activities going on in your account? In today's video, I will be simulating how banks can be able to detect suspicious transactions. I'll also be showing you the logic behind it. Let's dive into the video. So guys, in this video, I'll be illustrating how banks, financial institutions are able to detect fraudulent transactions. It's not magic, it's just little database activity tracking, which we'll be doing today. So guys, this is for educational purpose. This is not for the United Bank of Africa, that's UBA. It's just for educational purpose. Please write a code that checks for many transactions in, let's say, 10 seconds. So you can see select count as total from a transaction table where account ID is equals to the account ID and created at now. So this now is taking the time stamp of now minus the interval of 10 seconds, setting it to 10 seconds. Now this is the transaction table. I've created the transaction table already. So look, so this transaction table, it has an ID. So it has an ID of 1 and 2 and 3. You get, so these are the transactions you are seeing here. Transfer, that's debit. This is it coming from here, amount 10,000. When I was testing it, so all the transactions that I'll be doing on this app, it will be reading from this place here. You get, so this is the account IDs coming from the account table which we created the last time in the last video. So this is the account details of the user, the name, the balance. This is the balance you are seeing here, 3 million. That's 3.9 million, which you are seeing here. Are you seeing it? Exactly, and stuff like that. So and the ID now, the ID is supposed to be the account number, right? But we don't have the account number, but it's either account number or the ID, like this. And we can assign our account number. I'll do another video on that. Too many transactions in 1 minute, so they can set an interval of 10 seconds if they want. But I try to do 10 seconds, I try to do 1 minute, and I try to do unusual amount. Okay guys, so let's test these rules so you can see. So now I'm going to try to make as much transaction as I want or as I can in 10 seconds or in less than 1 minute, and let's see what's going to happen. So you know, these thieves or whatever, they are always in a haste, so they want to do the transaction multiple times and so fast so that they can leave the crime scene, you understand? So imagine they get access to your app and they want to start sending 10,000 multiple times in less than 1 minute. So you'll see what will happen here. So I'll be clicking this thing multiple times. I'll be clicking the 10,000 naira multiple times in less than 1 minute, right? So you'll see now. So see how many times I've clicked it. I clicked it like 4 times. So imagine I've done 4 transactions in less than 1 minute. Ideally it's going to ask for PIN, right? But I skipped that one. But imagine I've done that kind of multiple transaction to an account in less than 4 minutes. Sometimes the bank can set a rule and say that is a fraudulent activity while the person in haste. So this is going to return to the process.php here, which is going to run this function here. And after that, it's going to just update the account and set the status to frozen. Alright, so if you check the database now, remember it was active. When I refresh now, you'll see now it's already frozen. So when it's set to frozen, immediately to throw or trigger this error, as you can see, the send button will be inactive and the account will be sent to or be set to frozen. You will have to go and contact the customer care. So that is one. So I'm going to set it back to active. So you can see this thing is just bank toying with database. There's nothing serious about all these things. So if I set it to active, are you seeing it? So the account has been restored. So when you go to your to your customer care in your bank, your customer care will tell you that okay, let's take 24 hours to bring your BVN, bring your this. All those things are just formalities, you understand? So finally, the last rule is if there's an unusual amount, imagine sending as much as 500,000 when the amount holding capacity of your bank or of your account is maybe just 50,000. They will block it. They'll be like, something unusual is going on here. So guys, now I've set the amount to 10,000. That's why I can send 10,000 by default. So if I send 10,000, 10,000 has been sent. The transfer will come here. Are you seeing it? If I send around 10,000, notice that the amount has reduced. You understand? By 10,000. My balance has reduced by 10,000 and it has appeared here, right? So now, let's say send 100,000. So I'll change this from 10,000 to 100,000. Now, you'll see what's going to happen now. When I set it to 100,000, now in the rules, I said if the amount of the user is greater than 50,000, then return unusual amount. So that unusual amount, when I'm processing it in my process.php file, it's going to flag it as a suspicious transaction. Do it now. So I've set it to 100,000, the amount withdrawable 100,000. So if I refresh now, okay, for the sake of the UI, I'll just change this to 100,000 too, so you can see. so that you will not be confused. But this one here doesn't do anything. So if I refresh and I say 100,000, so now if I say send 100,000 now, you can see suspicious activity detected because I tried to send 100,000. The limit to withdrawing or sending is only 50,000. You understand? So bank sets a lot of these rules, but these are just the rules, like I said, I was able to just capture to just emphasize or to simulate how these things work. So guys, if you really enjoyed this video, leave a subscribe, leave a like, and make sure you share this video. Thank you guys. See you in the next one.